Are you working? It doesn't work sometimes, no. Yeah. Really? No, because sometimes, because I have a headset now with a mic on it.
Yeah.
So, sometimes it'll record just from the microphone on the headset.
Right.
And other times it won't record, at all. And then I'll take it out, and then it won't record at all. And then I'll put it back in, and it won't record at all. And then I'll take it out, and it will record.
That's not that bad, though, because right now, my computer is complete trash. It'll crash if it's on for more than 20 minutes.
Oh, wow. No, my phone is like that. My phone restarts. Really? Today, my phone's battery life, it went from, it was 9% to 5% to 6% to 5%, and I just put it away, and I'm just like, okay. It was 6 to 9 to 5 is what it did, and then I put it away, and I check after, and it's at 23%, and then last I checked, I think it was 12%, and then I checked it again, and it's at 13%. And I'm charging this. I'm just like,
okay, that's weird.
Yeah, I know I don't know, and it restarts often.
Just randomly.
Yeah,
that's good.
But it's pretty old though. I got it around the time you got your laptop, so.
Yeah, that was 3 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, man, we're old. I'm just realizing now how old I am.
How old you are.
Because, okay, get this.
I'm older
grade
than
9s at our school were not alive during 9/11, and only half of the grade 10s were.
That's a good point. That's weird.
Yeah, see?
I mean, it's still...
Also, they were all born in a different century.
To me, it's still significant because I don't remember 9/11.
Yeah,
even though I was alive when it happened.
Yeah, but it's still something you say you could be alive for. Though.
Yeah,
something they can't say they can be alive for.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean that feels sort of like the turning point of the millennium. That's when
airport security went up.
That's when the millennium started.
That was when the 90s ended.
That's when the 90s died.
I thought didn't they die in 2003?
I say the 90s died in 2004.
4?
Because I think that's when Batman Begins came out.
No, Batman Begins was 2005.
Was it? Okay, then that's when the 90s died.
Yeah.
Because
I think it died with early 2000s punk rock.
Right? And then that kind of faded out around that time. And then and that's when movies started being okay, let's stop being insane. Let's start doing some actual try to be more realistic.
Oh, I hate that.
It's so dumb. Kind of jokes the movie Steel.
Yes. With Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal. That existed.
Oh, did you see that? Have you been watching Caravan of Garbage?
Caravan of Garbage.
It's so good. I didn't watch the Luke Cage one, but I saw the Justice League one. It's so bad. That's
it's so hilarious.
It's
exactly that happened in the 90s. You can't.
That would not happen in the 2000s.
That can't happen now.
No.
That just wouldn't be possible. No. It wouldn't survive.
Yeah.
I think it might also be because the internet is a thing now.
Yeah.
And
it's pretty huge.
And so whenever something is
everyone
trash,
knows right away.
Everyone knows it's trash right away.
And that's fool
anyone.
That's what's annoying is that after Batman v Superman came out, I had so many people tell me, "Oh, it's so bad," and it's like, did you see it? No. And it's but for me, Batman v Superman it's a mixed bag, but if you integer it though, where you take all the positives and you subtract all the negatives from it,
it's just
it's like a 7 out of 10.
I wouldn't say
or
that high.
6.8 out of 10.
I'd say it's somewhere in the middle where it's close. It's because there is good stuff in it, but it's so messy that that it's what is this kind of? It's hard to quantify it, right?
Oh. You see that little box of jelly beans over there? That's what it is. So the berry box or whatever, the jelly belly.
Oh yes, I see
so half of them are really bad.
Or good flavor.
Good flavored, half of them are bad. It's just taking a handful of those and throwing them in your mouth.
Yeah,
that's what Batman v Superman is.
That's true. It's some of this is almost good, but I don't know. There's something it tastes like dirt.
Yeah. Or it's
some of this is like a marshmallow.
Honestly, it's like putting cheese on chocolate. It's like, these things are both fine by themselves. I don't really know if I like this. What's going on here?
I don't know. I feel like that might taste good.
No, like imagine like cheddar cheese and dark chocolate.
No, yeah, that's,
like cream cheese I can see, but like
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that'd be weird.
No.
But yeah, and now let's get back to the topic.
We wanted to talk about the DCU. Now that we've killed 5 minutes.
To start with
the DCCU.
Yeah, or the DCEU as it's called.
Really?
It's called the DC Extended Universe.
Extended. Oh, because they keep coming out with extended editions.
Oh, maybe.
Or is it just because there's like multiple different TV shows and stuff?
No, I think because it's the TV shows is separate. The DC Expanded Universe, I think it's called.
Yeah,
I might be wrong. Maybe extended was wrong, but it's something like that. Expanded or extended, whatever. Same idea.
Okay. Well, yes. Let's keep the. I'll get back to this later. I have like a little spiel on why Smallville works and why Gotham doesn't.
Okay.
So here's the
interest. Okay. Is it because he has his powers?
No, okay. Hear me out. I will.
Batman's like Bruce is never. If he's a kid, he's.
So here's the thing. So so Superman is a character that has powers.
Yes.
And with Superman, you only ever see like, oh, so there he is as a kid, and then look, now he's a fully fledged adult. It's kind of like Jesus in a way, where they only
where they skip
they skip most of his, and it's what's cool about Smallville. I haven't seen a lot of Smallville. Like I saw like part of the first season.
Yeah,
and I watched like a little. And Hunter's watched like a lot of it. And I saw like an episode of season 9. And it's
that's
pretty
like near the end. Right?
Yeah. But the thing is that because he's a teenager, you get to see that like character grow, and you get to see him like learn his powers and stuff, and have more like humanism to him.
Yeah.
And the thing is that that's a really cool thing to show, like that progression to being the Superman he is.
Yeah.
The thing with Gotham is that Bruce Wayne can't do jack shit as a kid.
Yeah, he can't do anything until he's an adult.
So my thing is that like I'm thinking like you remember you're like, why did the show start with the Wayne murders? And then I'm like thinking like, yeah, like it could have done that, and it could have been like 10 years later.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So that way, because he didn't become Batman overnight. You could have shown So if Bruce Wayne was a teenager. And he's going on. So his subplot is he's training. So like he might be doing stuff with the League of Assassins, or he might do that first season, and like maybe they try to take down Gotham, and then the police force has to help out. Like it's still following Jim Gordon.
Yeah,
and
sure.
And you follow the story of Bruce Wayne becoming the badass that he is. Yeah. And occasionally he like vigilantes maybe he like in a ski mask like in Batman Begins or whatever. He's like, oh here you go, Gordon. Like he throws some like papers at him or something.
Yeah, or you do like the thing in Batman Begins where he's like, I gotta learn what it means to be a criminal.
Yeah, you do that.
Goes on the
street. He tries to do that in Gotham. Yeah, and it's just like, no, you're 12. This doesn't work.
It doesn't make any sense.
So what would make Gotham better is if he was older, so we could actually have that character arc. But he can't. And that way, having like, because in Smallville, they've done like.
They do like
all of his villains, everything.
Yeah, I know they.
And that's okay because he could be at a point where he could fight them, and you could see Batman at a place where he can actually get his ass kicked, and that'd be really cool to see.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you could still have all the Batman villains, or like some of the ones they've done already, like the Riddler or Penguin. Penguin, I love, that's the one thing where that made me keep coming back. It's like I just love this.
No, but I gave up partway through season 2 because I stopped caring.
I stopped after the Mr. Freeze episode. I was like,
really? No, I went for a little bit, and then he went full Batman Begins, and I'm like, no, you're too young. I don't like this.
I know the last episode I saw at the end. He's like, I'm gonna go join the streets and learn from me.
Yeah,
that's what I stopped.
Oh yeah, I saw the episode after that.
Okay, was it dumb?
It was like, he like hangs out with Catwoman for a bit or something, and then they almost get like beat up by a gang, I think, at one point or something. And I don't know. I think like he almost. It's like some moments that would be way cooler if he was older.
Yeah,
and like just like there's like I think there's like one part where like I don't know if this is in an episode before that or like
one you haven't seen, but like there's one part where he's like fighting this one guy or whatever, and he beats him down, and then he gets back up and fights him some more, and then gets beat down again, and then keeps getting back up or whatever.
Okay,
because he's Batman. And it's like, and it's like, oh, that'd be a really cool moment if if he wasn't a kid.
Older than 13.
Yeah.
Which it's just weird. It's just a weird place for that. Because if this is any kind of realistic, if this had any kind of realism, he wouldn't be like, I gotta train, I gotta become Batman.
No,
I gotta learn.
He's like, he wouldn't think what pisses me off was
just a kid. Just imagine, just a kid who loses his parents. He wouldn't just be like, oh man, I need vengeance. I gotta become the knight.
He'd cry for like a year.
He'd just be depressed and confused for years. And
yes,
that's what it would be. It wouldn't be like, oh man, I gotta learn how to fight.
No,
Alfred, teach me how to box. It'd just be like, I'm really sad and confused because I lost my parents and I don't know why and I don't understand.
That's what it would be. And then they try, because he's a kid, he can't do anything, so they have like, all these constant hints and stuff. It's like, oh look, it's the Batcave. I don't care. You're too young. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I will give Gotham some credit because season 2 they did start being like, okay, let's try to do more story.
I love the first half of season 2.
Season 2 was actually really solid.
Some of my favorite stuff of Gotham, like the season 2 finale. Great, like
the season. What was the season 2 finale?
It's when Gordon kills Galavan.
No, that was the mid-season finale.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay. But that was awesome.
Yeah,
and it showed like how Gordon has changed like through the course of living in Gotham.
The fact that he goes back to the docks with Penguin, and it's like just a perfect
yeah, and there's
symbol for that, and
there's some cool ideas, and it's kind of fun to like sometimes see, and then like some of the performances are really good. Yeah, it's just like it's never gonna be Batman.
No,
and that's what is sad about it is Bruce is never gonna be Batman, and that's the one thing you really love about Batman.
He's Batman. Yeah, I've heard some people like this is a common opinion I've heard on like the internet. Like I've just seen it a couple times where it's like, oh, Batman's a crap character, but his villains are awesome. And I'm just like,
yeah, his villains are great, but
I'm not saying, but like
Batman's probably the best character, the most interesting character in DC.
Yeah. Especially like those Injustice books. All my
so fun.
All my Injustice books. Have you read this one yet?
No, I haven't. I've still through.
There's one great part where get big surprise.
This is which volume is this? This is year 3 something.
This is year 3, yeah. So this is a big.
Wait, are you spoiling it for me?
No. I'm sarcastically spoiling. As in, there's one part where they all get into a fight.
Oh, okay.
That's most of this.
So they try to kill Superman in a new way, and it doesn't work.
Oh wow, you sure guessed that.
It doesn't work.
I'm trying to remember the part. It's pretty awesome though. I don't find the exact quote though, because Batman's so badass in this. This one just has like a crazy fight that ends in like the most insane comic booky way possible. And there's one part where I can't. Okay, well. It's somewhere here. It's somewhere here. You know what? Shut up. Just talk about something.
Hey, you know drugs. They're bad. Don't do drugs, kids.
Oh, this is it. So he's like,
okay.
So you know how they have like the super pills or whatever?
Yes.
So get the Superman. So they're like, Batman's team. They all take the super pills so they can take on the Superman team. And Superman's like, you think a strength pill's gonna make a difference? And then Batman punches him. Batman punches him right in the stomach, and he's like, the way you rely on brute force over technique, I'm gonna say yes. And he cuts, and he's cut the back of his head with his bat arm blades.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's and it's pretty dope.
Yeah, because I mean, I'd say Batman's probably the most interesting.
Yeah.
Because other than that, you got. Most of them are just kind of like...
Superman gets really cool in Injustice.
Yeah, but like in the normal universe, he doesn't ever do that.
He's fine as long as if they write him like the Russo brothers, like write Captain America.
Yes, exactly. See, that's what needs... That's the Superman we need to see is the captain... Is the uncompromising, like, I believe this is good and I don't care. Like, like that kind of like...
Okay, you know what's a really fun. Okay. I thought the more I thought about this, the more I thought this was kind of funny. So in Captain America, Steve's like always getting beat up by bullies, and like Bucky always has to save his ass. And then Civil War is spent where Bucky's getting beat up by bullies, and Steve has to save his ass.
That's just one great Avengers meme where it's like after Captain America's first fight, and when he's after he gets beat up in the alley, Bucky puts his shoulder around him, and he's like, "Come here, y'all." Oh man, you keep getting in fights, you little kid. Oh, nice going. And then it's like after Captain America's last fight, and it's when after Winter Soldier, and they just fought Iron Man, and he lost his robot arm, and Bucky has his arm around Captain because he needs him to support him. And it's like the relationship.
So the Avengers.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Cap. Slight break there.
Yeah. So
okay.
I saw Civil War
like
a fourth time. I don't know. It's great still. So
I know.
It holds up. It still holds up. Oh, did you see the Blu-ray for it? It's awesome.
Just what the cover is?
Yeah.
I believe so. It's like split down the middle.
Yeah.
And it's like the blue on the red on the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on the back they have blue scene. There's little blue boxes around little scenes with Cap people.
Okay.
And little red boxes around scenes with Iron Man peeps. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I have to tell you about this thing that I'm doing. So, you always say it's funny to edit the last scene in Avengers where they're all getting in cars.
Oh, with the Fast and Furious, the Fast 5 song.
5 song. Yeah. So I was doing that. I was like matching up the music and stuff, and then I'm like, wait. You know what's even better than that scene in Fast 5?
What?
The opening credits to Fast 6. To Fast and Furious 6, where it goes through all the movies previous and shows all the points and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I should edit the Marvel movies to that song.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing the opening credits.
Oh, that's sick. That'd be so good for
and it's like...
Imagine that for Infinity War.
Oh,
it has to happen.
It's not a long enough song for...
No. But if they do something like that, like the Spider-Man thing.
That would be so great. But so what I'm doing is as if it was leading up to Civil War.
Oh.
So it starts with Captain America 1, and it goes through his origin, and then I introduce I show the parts from Iron Man 1, and then I do Avengers, Winter Soldier, and then Age of Ultron, and then the last shot of the Fast and Furious one is all the characters walking towards the camera. So I'm I just show the part from Civil War where they're all lined up about to fight each other, and then it cuts to Civil War. But anyways, it looks really cool, and I'm still working on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it's super fun, and one of the things I noticed is Age of Ultron has so many great moments. In it, because I'm trying to
it's like cheese on chocolate though. There's just they don't mix a lot of the time.
Yeah,
I should probably see it again.
Honestly, Age of Ultron I think gets better the more you watch it.
Really?
It's one of those I think it's better on a small screen than in theaters. Because there's a lot of shots of whoa, look at how many Avengers there are in this one shot.
I know. I was talking with
look at this huge long tracking shot of everyone fighting at once.
I was talking with a friend of mine who has ADHD, and he's just that shot, my brain just shut off. I couldn't even. And then I'm like, no. Watch Civil War and Winter Soldier. They are so good. And
those are more focused.
I still can't put which one I want is the best Marvel movie.
Civil War or Winter Soldier?
Yeah, I'm still.
I say Civil War because of number of characters that are. There's more fun stuff from the comics.
And then it's they both have villains, so
Winter Soldier is mostly the villain in Winter Soldier, though, and he's pretty good.
Yeah, no, but Robert Redford is the real villain, and Alexander Pierce, he's just fine. And but what's cool
it's more that Hydra's the villain now.
What's really cool is in Civil War, Zemo has probably the most motivation of any villain in the MCU.
Yeah. Well,
think about it.
Wait, what do you mean? Okay,
the clearest motives.
The villain from Civil War.
The villain, Zemo, is technically the villain.
Yeah, I know he is. So you're saying he is the most motivation of
any villain in any Marvel movie, not of any character in that movie.
Okay, wait, let's run them down.
So we got Obadiah Stane and Iron Man. I'm kind of jealous of you or something. I'm going to kill you with your technology.
Goes crazy or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, Iron Man 2 Whiplash. Oh no, you stole my dad's art
Wasn't he
creator.
was in his dad was in
Agent Carter.
Yeah.
In an episode of Agent Carter.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, my dad stole
my
your dad stole my dad.
You can't drive race cars.
My dad's gonna his father's gonna fire
your father.
I don't like your race car.
And there's Justin Hammer's also
Justin Hammer is
he's
great.
He's just kind of a businessman though.
He's just kind of a dick business.
Yeah, he's not really.
He's not like a vengeful, like, he's just kind of an ass, which is why I think
what you
his
did
character is great.
Taking a shit on Tony Stark's lawn, that was so good. Sam Rockwell is somewhere between Owen Wilson and Sam Rockwell.
Yeah.
Paris in the 20s. If you want to see 2 hours of Owen Wilson saying Paris in the 20s, then watch Midnight in Paris. I saw Wedding Crashers. Completely irrelevant. It was pretty good actually. But,
yeah. I finally saw 22 Jump Street. Did you see? Have you seen it?
No.
Okay. It's like there's a lot of great like self-aware jokes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then the end credits are like the most funniest thing ever.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil it because it's too good.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay. So back to the Iron Man villain, the villains. Okay.
Yeah. I want to explain. I want to explain how Zemo's plan isn't convoluted. Like.
Yeah. No, I know it's
very
just complicated.
No. Hear this. It's just, and it doesn't even need the Accords. It's just drive Bucky out of hiding.
Yeah.
And then that's phase. So then after everyone goes after him or whatever. So then they find him, and then so he'd probably be in like a prison of some sort. So then, so because he has the book, he can mission report him or whatever. So that it's like, he's going to go after the super soldiers. So that gets Bucky.
Right,
like
so
all the Avengers. So that's to get everyone
the
in
main
Siberia,
players to
Siberia. So it's like, we gotta stop these super soldiers or whatever. Yeah. And then he just shows and then he shows Iron Man the tape, and that's basically done. That's the whole plan. The thing is that he just has to make it up as he goes along though, because he has to make like an EMP device and like.
Yeah. There. It feels like there's a lot of steps to get to.
Yeah.
I just gotta get Iron Man to watch this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like his mail.
You could just mail it to him.
Why don't you just mail it to him or something?
No, because it's a really cool misdirect though, and also the airport fight happens primarily because Zemo put up like they think there's going to be a bunch of super soldiers. That's why the airport fight happens.
No, that's true. I don't know. Yeah. I feel like his plan is kind of a little overcomplicated. But I like that. I like that it's a guy. He's just a guy. Yeah. Who's just a victim of the Avengers,
and he just happens to have some like military skill.
Yeah, and he just like these are the skills I have. I'm going to use these to take down. Yeah. Use what I am capable.
What I think is what's also really cool about Civil War taking place after Age of Ultron, where it's like you destroy the city. It's like, well, actually we saved everyone in that city. In Age of Ultron, it's like Age of Ultron. It's like. That was directly Tony's fault.
It was exactly Tony's fault.
It was a product of the Avengers.
All the other times, it's like, well, they were stopping like aliens and like, and even in Winter Soldier, it's like, well, Hydra is Nazis and they were gonna shoot like half the people in the world. So I mean,
I dropped.
If they blow up like one or two buildings, that's fine.
Yeah, when you're watching, but like it's really cool to see like I love the footage in Civil War of the guy filming the Hulk and he just gets crushed by a bunch of rubble and it's like
he's dead. That was that guy's dead.
It's brutal. It's great though to see that perspective.
But this is true because like most of the other villains are just like vague revenge or
we still haven't gone it all.
Okay, Abomination from Incredible Hulk.
He's crazy.
He just kind of is like, I'm crazy and I want to fight the Hulk. I want to be the strongest or something.
He's just power mad.
I will say that General Ross is great.
Oh, General Ross is fantastic,
and he's kind of the villain for like the first half of that movie.
But then it's just the last act that he's not the villain.
So for the first 2/3 of that movie, he's the best. Also, Incredible Hulk is kind of weird because
he only Hulks out 3 times.
No, which I think is perfect, honestly, because it's weird because the first act is really good. Yeah. The second act is a little bit worse than the first act, and the third act is a little bit worse than the second.
Oh, it's so bad.
So it gets sort of like worse as it goes. But the first act is great, and like you know.
And they fight for a long time. There's like
they fight for like 20 minutes. It's ridiculous.
I'm just punching each other.
It's just them punching. It's not like we're like Civil War. There's like so much. There's a lot of like. Why, like the stakes are so high, it feels in the final fight, and it's like we understand completely why Tony wants to fight Winter Soldier and why Cap wants to stop him from doing it.
And like
we understand both sides perfectly, and we're rooting for both of them.
What's so great about that is that that Cap and Bucky can have those moments of like, remember when we used our train money to buy hot dogs? That's such a great moment.
Yeah, and you just have these. Yeah, and exactly. You always have those like nice little like moments of levity, moments of character.
And because Peggy died, Bucky's his only tie to the old world now, and I just think that's so cool that they have that.
One of the things that I'm having so much fun with is in the opening credits of Fast 6.
Oh, okay.
There's a part where what's her name, Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh yeah.
Where her character dies, and they have like the funeral, and they show that part. And then so
you have Quicksilver?
I have Coulson for that part. And then I have Quicksilver later because I'm doing it mostly chronological. So it starts with Cap, then it's Iron Man, then it's Avengers, and so on. And so like at this around the same point in the like song I have where fucking I forgot his name, Coulson, where he dies, and then I cut from. Because then it even matches with the lyrics kind of, because it's like, oh, when the ones we ride with or the ones we die with or something like that. and so it shows Coulson, and then it cuts to Peggy, who's like old now. Yeah. And then that's when we like transition into Winter Soldier. And anyways,
it sounds really awesome.
I'm having so much fun with it, but it's pretty cool. And that'll be up before this airs. So Anyways, what were we talking about?
What about the other villains' motives?
Okay, the other ones. I'm trying to think. Who else is there? Okay, Thor. Loki is the other villain that's actually good.
Yeah, he's probably the best Marvel villain.
Yeah, and he's cool because he didn't do anything wrong. Yeah. But his dad doesn't love him because he was adopted. and so like he just takes that way too far. And there's
he's on the throne right now of Asgard.
Yeah, which is super cool.
That's the one thing that's cool about Thor, the Dark Thor.
The only thing cool about Thor, the Dark Thor, is Loki. He's the best part of that movie.
There's Malekith.
Yeah, Malekith.
He's just, you know what his plan was? Wait for it.
What was his plan?
He wanted to destroy the world
destroy the world.
It's like the Legend of Korra season 2 thing. It was it was harmonic convergence.
Harmonic convergence was happening.
Yeah.
And he was going to destroy the world.
And then Thor had to sit inside of a tree and grow giant. And
was he trying? That reminds me. You know the one episode where they do the clip show, like they're like, oh, this is what happened the last few seasons of Korra.
Yeah.
That's
pretty great.
But then Varric does his version of it, where he's like, and he's like, and then all the villains teamed up.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, we're talking Fatu. We're talking
the recap episode.
Yeah, the recap episode. And Varric does his version of what happened. Yeah. Like, so then all the villains team up. The best villain. We're talking Zahir. We're talking Vatu. Yeah. We're talking the guy with the mask. We're talking Amon. And then what's his name? Korra's uncle shows up and he's like, hey, I'm here too, and the rest of them are like, no, you suck, we don't want you.
they're all having a phone conversation.
They're all on the phone, and it's doing like a bridged thing where they like redub the line.
Oh, that was so good. That's the best part.
And then he's like, hey, I'm here too, and they're like, we don't want you, you suck. You were the worst. Like, I love that, and what sucks about Korra... I can't even
remember his name, but what's so dumb about season 2 is that he's clearly a bad guy. Yeah. He looks like a villain.
What kind of sucks about that episode is that it's only the last third of that episode where Varric does his version, and it's just hilarious.
The first two parts?
The first two parts are just
the first part is I dated Asami, and then I dated Korra, and then I dated Korra,
and then I dated Asami again, and then Oh, now
I don't know why.
Love triangle. It's like, why? Why is this an episode? Because you know in Avatar when they do
But they watch a play.
about themselves, and it covers
It's
the
the
last
most.
three
It's
seasons.
one of the best ways.
But it's like
to do a season
self-parody.
recap.
It's hilarious
Yeah.
and it's brilliant.
Oh.
And that
It's
episode,
like, I'm not over emotional.
right? And they're just like reacting to
Yeah.
themselves. It's
You
so funny.
stink. You stink. I hate you. He pushes him over.
My hair is not that spiky. Just like things like that.
It's not on the wrong side.
Hey, I have more jokes than just about food. What the heck?
There's the part where Jet dies, and it's like, did Jet just die? I don't know.
I don't know. It's kind of vague.
It's kind of unclear.
Yeah.
Like it was in the actual show.
In the actual episode.
Yeah. No.
Then
I think,
but like
yeah.
the episode in Korra, they should have just done Varric being like, okay, here's what happened the last three seasons. I'll explain it to you. And
Mako
like,
can't seem to figure out his love life.
Yeah, like wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, he just makes fun of Mako and like maybe the other characters are caught and he's like, hey, shut up. This is my thing.
Yeah,
Basically
yeah.
what
You can still have Bolin, or I think it was Bolin who was with him.
Yeah.
Like that's not how it happened at all.
Yeah.
You're like, shut up. This is a movie. It's not supposed to make any sense.
Yeah, he's like, shut up. That's why it's called a movie. And like, I feel like that's a point we forget a lot. Like,
Yeah, I
like
know.
the mainstream audience is like, oh, that was so unrealistic. Like,
like-
when that thing happened, I'm like, it's a movie.
It's a movie. Who cares?
Like there's one part where, like, because I showed in physics class we were talking about like falling from things, and like
Right.
it was the stupidest thing. It's like, oh, if you were like on a chair and like you jumped off of the chair right before you hit the ground, would like the forces cancel out? It's like, no, that doesn't work. And like the guy sitting next to me like, oh, do you think he could survive this fall? And I showed him the scene in Winter Soldier when he jumps under the elevator. He's like, no way. And I'm like, you see, this is an indestructible shield, and he's got a super soldier serum.
So he's
Plus,
stronger
before
than
he hits the
normal
ground, he breaks through the top
The
area.
glass, so he would have lost some of
Yeah, so he lost some of the momentum.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but it's like, also, it's just like,
Also,
the fact is that
who cares?
he's a super soldier and he's got an indestructible shield, so it's like, who cares if it's like realistic? Like,
Yeah.
There's certain things where it's like, oh, that was unrealistic at all when that happened. It's like, look at the other circumstances though.
There's a point where it's like, well, it's just a movie, so who gives a shit? Yeah. But yeah, like, see, that's one of the things I love about Winter Soldier is like, every
It's
time
super
it does
gritty.
like anything action, it's grounded to enough of a point where it's plausible in the real world.
Yeah,
if you
it's plausible. It's plausible in their world.
in their world, and it's plausible in the real world as long as you accept it. It's like, well, if the real world had a guy who has super strength and has an indestructible shield that is like a vibration absorbent, and aliens happened, then it's believable enough.
And there was someone with a metal arm.
Yeah.
Because he's got some kind of serum also.
You know what's weird about the DC EU going back to there,
going back to that, yeah.
is Man of Steel. It's like, oh, this is like a realistic take. It's like, what if Alien? Okay, that's this movie.
Yeah.
What if
Superman Red Son is almost like that.
Yeah, it is. That's true.
It takes some
more of a
injustice
realistic-
turns also.
And but then it also does like Russian Batman.
Yeah, and then like
It's like, why isn't regular Batman?
the ending that made me like go, holy shit, and like
that's true. The ending just kind of goes crazy, which is great.
It's
like that didn't need to happen, but it did, and it's great.
Yeah, it just makes it feel like all more like it's self-contained story. Like,
That's true, yeah, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Nice. But okay, but like Man of Steel, where it's like sort of realistic, then Batman v Superman, where it's like, okay, a little bit more looser. There's like Bat Vigilante and some more alien stuff. There's
Doomsday,
there's Doomsday. There's a Green Rock.
There's a super strong woman. Or something.
There's Wonder Woman or whatever.
She's there too.
And then
she's also in the movie.
She's also in the movie. And then Suicide Squad.
And then a Mexican Armada shows up with guns made out of tomatoes. But wait, there's old women and they're in the movie too.
Old warrior women.
And they get into a fight. And then the moon crashes into the earth, and it's called Two Brothers. It's just called Two Brothers.
What's great about Rick and Morty is they basically like improv those.
Oh Oh, I know.
Those are that's just them getting like. I was listening to this podcast earlier, and it's literally just in Roland. Like he just gets drunk and then just
talks.
He just talks and makes shit up.
Oh,
That's how they like think of those
oh
things.
my gosh.
Okay, but what I'm trying to say is, by the third movie in the DCEU, Suicide Squad, they're just like, yeah, and also magic. You know, like Enchantress,
Parts we keep in briefcases, parts of the Caribbean style.
Crocodile people. Kitana, her sword has like souls in it or something. Don't worry about it.
Those boomerangs. Also, there's the Flash.
Flash is there, maybe.
He's there too.
World-ending laser that you've seen a million times. That's there too.
It shoots straight up. You know what? You know what's so disappointing about the DCEU Flash is that the TV show Flash is already so good that like there's nothing he can do. I'm like, wow, that's cool. I saw the first episode.
Did you see the first episode?
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of a waste?
It's I was really disappointed. You're not gonna stay in.
I was really getting into it, and then it's like, okay, I guess we gotta solve this in one episode and go back to the regular universe.
No, but they broke it still, though.
I know it's still but it's not as broken as I want it to be. I wanted like
Arrow to come in and be
like his dad and be like a murderer again. Did you see? You probably didn't, but did you see the new Arrow episode?
No,
it wasn't. We'll see. Okay, I'm back.
Tell me.
I'm back.
Okay, watch it. Okay, are you gonna do like the Nick Mason rules, where like you watch like 4 episodes?
I'll give it 3.
You'll give it 3 episodes.
I'll give it 4. What's his rule? 3 or 4?
I don't know.
I thought it was 3.
Yeah.
I'll give it 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna give Supergirl 3 as well.
Okay.
We'll see.
I gave up on Supergirl, but apparently they added Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, Martian Manhunter showed up.
He's in
and
Smallville
it was kind of
too.
cool. Is he? Yeah. I know they did like a bunch of stuff.
They did like everyone in Smallville, and then at one point they did like a Justice.
They even did a Justice
Guild
League episode,
thing,
right?
Where it was like a really old Green Lantern. It was like Green Guardian, I think, or something.
Okay.
And Dr. Fate and
Dr. Fate, yeah.
And
Justice Society.
Justice Society.
Yeah. Okay, that's sick. Yeah, Legends of Tomorrow's gonna do Justice of Society.
How did that end? I don't want to watch it.
Do you want me to spoil it? Because there's a pretty cool part in the finale.
Okay, I mean, I should just watch. I'll just watch the finale.
Okay, just watch the finale.
So I was like 2 episodes away from it, and like they'll probably break.
Yeah. So basically, they're like, basically the twist was that
You're gonna give away the twist?
No.
I already know the big twist.
The big twist?
Well, the one where it's like, I'm like, I'm losing the show. Like, I'm not interested. And then it's like, oh, you did that. That's cool. I'm back into this show.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that one?
The one with Kronos?
Yeah, the one with Kronos.
Yeah, okay. There's another one where it kind of... Okay, you know how, like, in every episode of Legends of Tomorrow, it's like, we're
gonna go to a thing and try to stop
a thing, then they kind of make it worse, and then they make it, like, about the same as before they showed up. They kind of explain that, why it's like that.
Oh, okay.
And then they, there's a couple kind of cool parts in the finale. So I would suggest...
a whole bunch of candy.
Is that from, like, Halloween?
No, I got this for my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Some of it's from camp.
If it's from Halloween, then that's like a year old.
No. This is like a month old, and it's in a package also.
Right, we'll just eat some Starbursts and Skittles.
Yeah,
that's what we'll call this one.
Well, it's juicy for looking so hot.
but the newest Arrow, I don't know. I'm not sure yet, but I mean, it should be the last season, right? So I'm like, yeah. And he's finally joining the Russian mob in the flashbacks.
Did he get his tattoo?
Not yet, but he's being initiated into the Russian mob. They brought back the one guy from
Shadow or whatever.
The one Russian guy from the island who we met.
Oh, that's cool.
From season 2. From season 2, yeah, all the way back then.
That's pretty cool, actually.
There's like other vigilantes in There's a pretty cool part. Can I tell you this cool part?
Yeah. Oh, is it?
It's not a spoiler, really.
Oh no. My friend told me about this handcuff thing or whatever. Is that the cool part?
I don't know. So there's this part where there's this like other vigilantes that are around town.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, and they're like, maybe we should recruit some. He's like, no, they're just getting in my way. It's like that. I'm not wearing hockey pads. It's like that. And so there's this one guy who's like Casey Jones because he's got a hockey mask. I don't know what his stick is or like who he is, but he's like, I can help you. And then he's like, And then Arrow,
Fly home, buddy.
and he's like, I'm nowhere, knocking pads. And then he goes, and then he's like, you should keep that elevated. And then the guy's like, what? And then he shoots an arrow in his knee. He's like, that. He's like, stay out of this. And I'm like, that's great. Like that's what like that was like near the beginning of the episode. I'm like, all right, I'll give it 3. That was the point. And then
that's a very season 1 thing.
Yeah, right. And he's more like season 1 right now. He's kind of gone back to that, which is weird. But
also
kind of cool.
Like you haven't changed as a character, but I don't care because you were better back then.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It was a more interesting show back then.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, that's why I'm giving it 3. It's like they've kind of gone back to what made the show kind of cool. And, and the fights were a little less spinny than normal, which is good.
Well, that's
That's my least favorite sound in the world because of that show.
Bum, bum, bum.
And like there was one fight I remember where they tried to do like a tracking shot and just was not well shot. It was kind of corny and I didn't like it.
Arrow's been kind of slipping in their at least in season 4 their fight scenes were really slipping. Whereas
especially when you like watch something like Winter Soldier and then watch Arrow.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main problem. I think the biggest problem with Captain America: The First Avenger is the action scenes are hard to go back to because of Winter Soldier.
Because I watched Captain America and then Captain America Winter Soldier right after, and my one thought, like in Winter Soldier, as soon as it starts, like that boat scene, I'm like, holy shit, where was this shield in the last movie? It's the same shield, but like it's not though.
It's just kind of like he just kind of like, oh, ride my motorcycle, put the shield on it, Return of the Jedi, those other stormtroopers.
Oh, put some cables.
No, there's the flamethrower guys. And then he like throws a shield a couple times. Then there's a lot of him like slow-mo jumping. You're like, oh no, an explosion! Oh, grab the chain and swing on it and like,
oh, blow up that tank.
Yeah, and that's about it. Which is kind of too bad. He also montages through like most of the action.
Yeah, I'd say some of the best parts of Captain America is like the first half.
Yeah, that's true. Because then you get like his whole origin and
like the first scene when he like saves all those guys or whatever. Like when he's Captain America.
Yeah, that stuff is pretty solid. And you get the whole.
It's like, once he comes back, Captain America, it stops being good. It's gonna be good.
I wouldn't say. Yeah.
It's not as interesting.
It's not as interesting because he's not really growing. It's like, yeah, I'm winning. It's like it's just him winning.
Yeah.
He just keeps winning.
You did it. You got the prize.
Where before that he keeps losing. So it's like, oh, you want him to win, and then like once he starts winning, it's like, okay.
No, it gets like that one win, and it's just so much.
Yeah. Once he gets that one win,
yeah,
that's the first time he gets a win, and then it's like, yes, finally.
Oh yeah, and he has to jump across an explosion.
Yeah. After that, it's like okay.
Yeah.
And then the ending is kind of meh.
Yeah.
They could have made that stronger, but they're just like, okay, let's just write the scenario so that it's like that was his only option for sure, and it's not like he could have probably landed the plane.
Yeah. The controls should have gotten busted somewhere in the fight.
Yeah, right. It's like,
it's like the autopilot's gone, and it's like, and then Howard Stark says something like he has like a throwaway line like, oh, he's like, well, I could teach you how to land a plane. He's like, yeah, well, it's like oh, if you could land it like really badly, but it would be okay. He's like, oh, but this plane is full of bombs. It's full of
it's like you might be able to land it. Yeah, like they could have done like a few more lines where it's like,
oh, they try to problem solve for a little bit, and then
and then it's like,
and then at one point, then it's like, and then maybe like then they all have like this look of like heartbreak on their face, of like
where they're like,
it's like it's like what the only option is.
Yeah.
Like it's like he's like I know what I have. He's like water. It's like I know what I have to do.
Like where you go through all the steps of like you have to should have just put in like 2 more minutes of this been like, okay, can you fly the plane? And then it'd be like, no, but if I like smash it a bit, then it'll fall, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, what about the bombs? Can you get rid of them? It's like, no, they're on a timer or something.
Yeah.
But they like don't do any of that, which kind of sucks. I don't know. It's very like, oh man, I guess I gotta go in the ice. and so that I can be in Avengers.
Yeah. It's very like episode 3, where it's like,
Yeah,
I'm doing this thing just because I know it's gonna
Here's a baby. Call them Luke and Leia because future movies.
I've always wanted to adopt a baby girl so that she can be on that one ship in the future.
I've always wanted to adopt a baby girl because my last name is Organa, and that's like sort of what Leia is generally referred to in the original trilogy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what other villains kind of suck in Marvel?
No. Ronan. Guardians is a fantastic movie. Ronan is not.
Ronan kind of sucks, which is too bad.
Yeah.
Because otherwise that movie's great.
Yeah.
Great soundtrack, great everything.
Yeah.
Well, I'm reading some of the original Guardians run, like with those characters. The first run with them. And it's pretty fun, and I would recommend it. But yeah, there's a lot of like them just starting as a team, and so like everything goes wrong, which is kind of great. And then there's a lot of like then they'll interact with other people. And they're like, "We're the Guardians of the Galaxy. Haven't you heard of us?" And they're like, "You just made that up. It's not a real thing."
Star-Lord, come on, like that, like.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. It's like, I'm Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy, and they're like, "You just made that up. That's not a real thing."
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
But yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, who else? Who else?
You mentioned Robert Redford,
Red Skull.
Red Skull?
His motivations. What were his motivations?
I'm a Nazi.
I'm a Nazi. I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was...
That doctor messed me up.
No, it was like, I want to be a god or something. The Tesseract is the power of a god. Humans are worthless. I'm going to destroy all of them. Or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's pretty vague. I think he was a good choice, though.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
Pretty cool set for the Avengers, actually.
Yeah, no. I like that whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what else is cool?
What?
In Civil War, Howard Stark like recognizes Bucky.
Oh yeah,
he kills him.
he's like Sergeant Barnes.
It's like, oh right, because he knew him.
Yeah,
because they met in like World War II.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. That's awesome.
It makes it all the more like sad.
Yeah, it's like oh right, that's cool. Also, that sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good movie. See, like.
That's like he goes to his car demonstration and like it's like, oh, he's gonna kill him later. Captain America.
We should make that meme. It's like, yo, this car doesn't work. It's not the only car.
That's not gonna work.
It's not gonna be working.
We'll make that right now.
How long have we been going? How long has this been? I'm just wondering.
47 minutes.
Okay, we got lots of time.
I still got time.
I still got time.
Yeah.
That's a great movie. Okay, I'm trying to think of other villains. Who else is there? Yellow Jacket.
Such a great joke.
Yellow Jacket is one and he's kind of goes crazy for no reason.
Yeah, and they have like some weird like subplot where it's like, oh, the shrinking, you didn't make it right. It affects the chemistry of your brain.
Right. Yeah.
Or it just does even if you do it right.
I think that's from the comics. Yeah, they just kind of gloss over that. They're like, oh yeah, I can't do it anymore because it'll turn my brain into mush or something. But they don't really like explain that in detail, or if it matters, because it's like, well, I guess Scott is gonna go crazy at some point or something.
Yeah. I find a shot of it not working. So just
where
go.
It like explodes.
No, where it's like on the ground.
Yeah.
It's like he's like, oh no, my car doesn't work. It's like, that's not the only car. It's not going to be working. And then you just cut to that, and then you just start December.
Yeah.
And then I just send that to Avengers memes.
Yeah.
And they have to put that one up. That's pretty brilliant. Like, I will give you full credit for that.
Have you seen any Luke Cage yet?
I saw the first episode.
Oh, okay.
And I forgot it was in the MCU until they're like, "Oh, the incident! It's on video!" And then then there's the Justin Hammer reference.
Yeah. And they mentioned Justin Hammer like a few more times, which is cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's like it's as good as any of the other ones, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think and I saw this one Avengers memes where it was like it's like when your TV show villains are better than your
That's one thing I was gonna say. Luke Cage is really good. It's kind of cool because it actually has multiple villains.
Oh really? Oh yeah, I started to see that. Yeah,
which is cool, and they're all pretty good. My favorite is this guy named Shades. Does he show up in the first episode? I can't remember.
I don't know. Is he the black one or the white one?
He's the white guy with the sunglasses.
Okay, yeah. He shows up.
He's my favorite. He's so fun, and he's so like weird and like douchey and like. But like, I love him.
I think I should get a shot of Bucky smiling. I think that makes it better.
I just taking from the like scene.
Yeah, I'm taking like a screenshot.
Right now on my
oh, that's perfect. Oh yeah.
Right now on my USB, I have so many like scenes from each movie because I'm like, oh, I want this one shot.
I don't even care that that's low res.
Yeah, it doesn't matter for a meme. You can do whatever.
Let's Microsoft Paint the crap out of this. Is that still going? You still going? Okay, cool.
You can see the process of making a meme.
Yeah, and then you'll see the finished product on my Facebook page, probably. Oh, I also need like a December 16, 1991 thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Mission report. December 16, 1991.
Mission report. December 16, 1991. Oh man, why did that become a meme?
I don't know. But it did. Have you seen Have you been watching I Hate Everything?
Yes.
Did you see the one where he's like... it was just like a weird video where he's just like talking to himself in a room. At one point he's like, I hate all these people on the internet. I could just say anything and they'll make it a meme. Like I could just say Zubu and then it'll be a meme.
Did it become a meme?
Yeah. like immediately after that I go to knowyourmeme.com and Zubu's the first like thing. Because that site always has like whatever the newest meme is, it'll show like right away.
Oh. How's that? Do you think I should make that bigger? Just like low res that? Or just like take that? Like
I don't know. I think it's you could do the one where if you're doing like panels.
I'm doing it panels.
And then you could have the first one be the of this just be like the crowd, and the second one be that zoomed in. So it's like
oh no, I want to do it like this where it's like, oh, my car doesn't work, I'm sorry. It's like, well, that's not the only car that's not going to be working. and then you just put should it be him kicking the car or what does he even do? Like he like smacks it or something?
I think he just like punches it. And
he just punches a car.
He just punches cars.
Imagine that. You saw that trailer I showed you, right? The SNL Fast and Furious Bambi parody?
Yes.
Why did they call you Thumper? Because I'm always thumping. It's the stupidest thing, but it was so good.
So funny.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
Those movies are so fun.
The Fast and Furious?
Yeah. They're really dumb, but they're really fun.
Oh and that opening shot of Furious 7 where he just goes through the hospital.
Oh, that's pretty great.
Where it's just all the people Jason Statham killed.
Yeah.
Apparently he's gonna be in the next one.
Yeah. I thought did they kill him or what? I couldn't remember.
No, I think he just went to go to jail or something.
Oh yeah, I think they just locked him in. I think they locked him in like a supervillain prison.
Oh, with the glass walls and
like glass walls and stuff like that. They lock him in the pipeline.
Oh, well, what?
The prison in the Flash.
Oh yeah.
In Star Labs. They just have those weird cube things.
It's like Cabin in the Woods, but it's not good.
Yeah, it's also like, how do they get food?
yeah. Where do they use the bathroom? Did you see the Honest trailer for The Flash? So good. It's like Cisco's oral fixation. He's always chewing something.
Barry's head twitching.
It's a head bobblehead.
You're never gonna be able to unsee that. And I'm like, oh man, I'm not.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Civil War, car crash? Question mark.
A car crash?
Civil War.
A car crash killed Lily and James Potter.
War car crash. I'll put this on the YouTube. YouTube seems to be better for this kind of stuff. Civil car crash and a Civil War car crash. Civil War. December 16,
1991.
I feel like I'll just get a bunch of memes. Civil War opening.
But you know what? Avengers Age of Ultron, I think it's actually really good. Because when I was trying to get clips for it, for the Fast and Furious thing,
yeah,
there were so many moments where I'm like, this is a great moment, I want this part. And like, this was a great moment, I want this. And I like ran out of room because there's so many like cool moments in that movie. Like,
every time someone tries to end a war before it starts, innocent people die. Every time.
Which one is that?
It's when they're chopping wood, and then he's like, "Oh, is that why we fight? So we can end the fight, so we get to go home."
Okay.
And he like rips the wood in half.
Yeah, I just got the rips and wood in half.
Yeah.
Because that part is super fun.
Civil War.
But I was like, okay, so I was trying to do like, okay, I need the part where Scarlet Witch becomes an Avenger, and then where Quicksilver dies, and then she's like screaming, and then the part where she rips out Ultron's heart, because that part's pretty cool, and then the part where Vision saves her, and then like suddenly my whole thing is like half Scarlet Witch. I'm like, wow, I really
like Scarlet Witch.
Actually, I thought that Scarlet Witch was
the most important character.
In Age of Ultron.
Oh yes. Oh, that's perfect.
There you go. That's what you want.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'm gonna just copy paste this bitch.
That one's really small. That's okay.
I don't care. It's a meme. It's high res. It can look like shit.
Never heard of it.
It's a meme.
But I think Shades is gonna be my Halloween costume.
Why? Because you just have to wear glasses.
Because you just have to wear douchey sunglasses. I bought these dollar store sunglasses for the occasion. Well,
you know I'm gonna be Snake.
Alright. You were already Snake, though.
You know what? It wasn't Halloween.
Come on, make another costume. Build another costume from scratch.
No.
You lazy bastard.
Says the guy who bought a pair of glasses.
For $1.
For $1. Oh, I am so sorry.
It's more money than you ever spent.
On what? Sunglasses?
On costumes.
No.
That's probably not true. You probably bought like paint or something.
In grade 9, I spent like $80 on my Halloween costume.
What were you in grade 9?
Zoo Batman.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was...
You okay, boy?
Yeah, I just forgot about that. I think it's the funniest thing ever now. So you had to get like a onesie, right?
Yeah.
The onesies are fucking expensive for no reason.
Like $60. It's the dumbest. No, it was a morph suit.
Morph suit. Sorry, that's what I meant.
No, onesies are
like pajamas. But those are also expensive.
I thought my meme with General Ross was really funny, but
I really liked that one.
Yeah,
that one was good.
Not a lot of people get it.
I made a couple Luke Cage memes. I don't know if it's a spoiler though, so I won't tell you.
I've only seen the first episode yet.
Okay, then I won't tell you about them because they're sort of a spoiler. Well, it's a character that gets introduced later on, and they're both involved him. So, yeah.
Oh, they bring in Iron Fist.
You'll have to wait and find out.
Oh, they do.
But no.
It's probably Marvel's Katana. Let's.
Marvel already did Marvel's Katana in
Blade.
Nope, in the Wolverine.
Oh yeah,
that one Asian chick with the katana.
Yeah.
And guess who played Katana in Arrow?
The Asian chick from the
The
Wolverine.
Asian chick from the Wolverine.
That's why. Okay.
Because there's only 3 Asian actresses in Hollywood.
Should I think I should. I'll add the meme text into
Oh, in the meme.
yeah, in the meme generator. So he calling it. Let's get that. How long are we recording? This is probably lazy as shit.
I'll probably cut the part where we weren't talking about anything.
Yeah. But then again, we don't edit these.
I try to edit them a little bit.
So do you want to stop it or?
Stop it for now.